Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So if you've just found me, you probably think, what is wrong with that person? She is sitting on the floor in front of a kitchen island, which is cluttered. But sweeties, that is what we're doing right now. This is actually my makeup supplies that I just finished my makeup because I'm not doing makeup in my studio right now, in my makeup room. I'm doing makeup in the kitchen. And why? Because I have a puppy and he has a squeaky toy, so you're hearing him. Okay, so while we are in this situation that everything is new, the puppy cannot be separated from his new mom, and the mom cannot be separated at all from the new puppy, this is what we're doing. I'm going to give you a review today of the Culture Palette from Juvia's place, but we're going to keep it like super relaxed. We're going to chat, we're going to just like keep life being life, you know? And I'm just not like, I don't want to over polish everything anymore. I kind of want to like be a little bit more normal, because that is how life is. And I think you will all understand, and maybe you're even craving it, that you know that it is like that. Because you know, what does it help you if I'm this super polished person where everything seems to be perfect, and then you guys sit at home and you think, yeah, that's well and good, Leorah, but you know, real life is different, you know? So in any case, that is what we're doing today. My sweet puppy Rex is here. Come here. You want to come and jump in the camera? Come, sweetie, come, let me, sweeties, hold on a second. Come here. I also should tell you, here he is. Hi. Hi, puppy. Look, he's getting so big. You're the best puppy ever. So he's a German Shepherd, in case you don't know. His name is Rex, and he is by now almost 11 weeks old. We're still, of course, fighting the puppy biting, and we're doing the potty training and the crate training, because actually right behind you, we had to remove the kitchen table and we put the crate in here. And maybe you know that German Shepherds are really big, like they get super big. And of course, we bought a crate that is right for the final size. And now he's chewing on the leg of the tripod. 1 second. So that is, of course, we had to remove the kitchen table and put the crate in. So now he's here at night, and it's actually going super well. So I think I'm filming this on the day before you're seeing this. So we just had our first 2 nights where we could actually sleep, you know, because the first nights after we got him, it was really challenging. We didn't really get much sleep, but now he's getting the hang of it. He is starting to understand the whole idea of the crate, that this is his safe place, his happy place. And for the last 2 evenings, he basically, after being outside, and then I did some obedience training with him, just to like use his mind energy also a little bit and like tire him out a little bit. And he's actually doing super well. Can't show you right now because he's going to be out of the frame. I have to figure out how to do this to show you actually how he's again on the leg of the tripod. Sorry, sweeties. So how I'm doing the obedience training, but it's actually going super well. Here, take your flamingo. Comb toys, lifesavers. Come, sweetie. There you go. And yeah, so we're going to see how we figure this one out, but I definitely want to have you, of course, be part of this whole journey, because it is huge for my family, for myself, though probably the most, because I grew up with dogs. This is my 4th dog now, and for all those years of my marriage, I didn't have any, and I'm married for more or less, I don't know, 18 years. At some point you just stop counting, but you know, so it is going super well. Also, of course, because that has been a super big concern. Oreo, our cat, he has been doing super well together with him. Like, we're not letting Rex run around in the house. We are creating safe spaces for everybody, for the cat, for the dog, for the children, you know, while we are in this process of getting to know each other and finding a new balance in our life. So that is what we're basically right now doing. But they're actually approaching each other. Of course, the cat has to set the speed of getting to know each other and getting to become friends. hopefully, you know, but he is actually approaching Rex, and I'm training him to not like jump at him and like be over excited and stuff like that, because of course that would be super scary for the cat. So Oreo actually is now choosing himself to come closer, and what they've been doing now in the last couple of days is they're actually touching noses, and that is the cutest thing, you know, it's the cutest thing. So I am super, super happy, because I do believe that animals can get along, even though it is kind of always, you know, made out to be like cats and dogs always have to fight each other. I feel there is always room for miracles, you know? And I think depending on also how we as owners approach this whole situation, you kind of need to know what you're doing. And I think one should get informed and maybe like watch tutorials or stuff like that beforehand. But, you know, if you have the confidence and the trust, and you also use your brain, because of course there are certain things that you can help beforehand, prepare beforehand to just make stuff a little bit easier, then you should do it. And then the chances for success are much, much better. Okay, so in any case, I'm sitting here on the kitchen floor, and I'm also filming with my phone. So this is super, super weird, because I don't want to remove my camera, my YouTube camera from my studio, because I am so bad with the settings that I probably would not be able, because I would have to change the settings for this lighting and for this space here. I would not be able to get my settings back for my studio. So I'm filming with my phone. You will also probably hear it. You will probably also hear it in the audio that things are a little bit different. But that's what we're going to do for now. I think my new makeup releases I will still film down in my studio, that is basically directly underneath in the basement, you know? But yeah, settle down, sweetie. Okay, so let us maybe go into the review of that palette. Now, you saw actually the first look that I did with the palette, with the Culture palette from Juvia's place. You saw that on the day when we picked up my puppy, when we picked up Rex. That was, stop biting, off. Good boy. So yeah, so you saw that in the puppy vlog. So if you have not seen that, then please go ahead and watch it. That was, of course, by now it is about 1.5 weeks ago. So this is how long I have been working on that palette. Now I've done only 4 looks, and only 3 you will see. All the other days I didn't do makeup, because it was hard. It was hard, you know, to get the life back a little bit, you know, and considering that he is with us now for just such a short time, I think we're doing pretty well. Rex, off. All right, good boy. Come, get a treat. Sit. Oops, he just fell over the leg of the tripod. Okay, sit. Come on. Good job. Okay. I have my treats here. All right, sweeties, let us go into the review, because otherwise you will probably lose interest in me. Come on, sweeties. After 8 minutes, we still haven't talked about makeup, huh? What are we gonna do with your big tushy hitting against the tripod again? Okay, sweeties, let's talk. This is so professional. All right, but maybe you understand I cannot leave it on the floor next to me, because otherwise it will be eaten by the puppy. All right, sweeties, this is of course the palette. Is the palette. I bought this on launch. I don't know how you feel about this launch. For me, that came out of the blue. I had not seen any sneak peek or anything. Suddenly it was there. But it can also be that I was just not aware of it. But maybe you saw sneak peeks, I didn't. So this is the palette, Culture palette. Of course, you see the ring light here. And this is how she looks. Now, this is, I do believe, the 3rd palette from Juvia's place that is that big, because there's, of course, the Valhalla 1 and the Valhalla 2. I have both of those, and I bought this immediately when I saw it, because I love big palettes. Now, I do have to say, and I think a lot of you will agree, or maybe not, and if not, then let me know. I do have to say that I think the quality of the shadows, while it is not bad, when I'm hugging the palette, like my life depends on it, while the quality is okay, I do think that the OG Juvia's Place palettes, the smaller ones, the 9-pan palettes, the 12-pan palettes, whatever, they were a different level. Now, I don't know, maybe it's also, I've not used those in ages, so I don't know, I'm just kind of recalling it from memory, but maybe also my preferences have changed. It could very well be. Now, I do personally love big palettes, and of course this is quite a big palette. It is overall almost a bit too light for me, because you do have not that many dark shades. So maybe that is for someone who likes lighter colors a little bit more. Of course, you do have options to create a darker look, but sweetie, you have to stay away from the tripod, I have to say. But in any case, you know, you gotta consider this when you want to get the palette. Now, price point for so many shades is really good, if you ask me. And that is also the reason why I keep buying those palettes. Do I need more makeup? Absolutely not. But do I want it? Is it for me also kind of a collector's item? I want to say yes. While the little Juvia's Place palettes are not, you know, the 6-pan palettes, I have a couple of them, but most of them I don't have, you know, because it's like it doesn't. I'm not super drawn to like 6-pan palettes, you know, but it is what it is. Okay, so sweeties, I have done 4 looks. Today is the 4th. You'll only see 3 pictures. Why? Because the 3rd look, the 2nd look, I actually did not take pictures of because it got ruined. Not by me, not by the palette, sweetie, but by the gel liner. Okay, sweetie, sorry, I had to quickly get off camera because he was actually trying to dig into the cable of my ring light. Okay, so in any case, why did the look get ruined? It got ruined by the dog. No, it got ruined by the gel liner. And usually, you must know that, or maybe you don't, but I'm telling you, usually I'm using the gel liner from Inglot. Now, this is not going to tell you much because it's just a black liner in a component, but this is the one from Inglot, which I really, really like. The only thing that is not so, I don't know if I want to say it's not so good, sweetie. It is matte and it's super, super durable and it's beautiful. It's very opaque, but it's very, very hard to clean your brushes. You know, it's very hard to get it off. And so I tried this one from Beauty Bay and I was very excited about it because it's also like, it costs only a fraction. I'm very, very sorry, but this is, I told you, it's going to be real life, right? So that's what we're doing. This costs only a fraction. Sweetie, get off the tripod. Come, sweetie, come here. Okay. But first of all, it's not matte and you have to kind of be into it. You know, if you like it a little bit more shiny, like as a winged liner, then maybe, but I'm not too much into this. And it also didn't say on the website that this is not going to be matte. It also didn't say it's shiny, you know, it just didn't say anything about it, but it is not matte or not matte enough for me, you know? So the thing though is that if you do a liner, like a winged liner like I do, maybe I can move you a little bit closer. Hold on 1 second. You know, if you do a winged liner like I do, then you will probably have the same problem that I had because like in this point where basically the crease hits the winged liner, it bleeds into the crease. And that is not fun. It's not a good look. You know, I did not aim for that look. So, and it has happened several times. Each time I tried this one. Now, this one is super easy to clean from the brushes and it doesn't bleed otherwise. But if you're doing a winged liner, I would not recommend it unless you have like no crease that, I don't know if it's physically possible to even not have a crease, you know? So I would be very, very careful with this. If you're not doing winged liners, if you're just lining your eyes and you're stopping here, like at the end of your lashes, then it's okay. It's just if you're doing a winged liner, you might have some bleeding into the crease. And then of course that is super, super hard to fix once you know your makeup is done and everything. So that would be a shame. So I'm going to put this away. Just that is the reason why I did not take pictures of that one look, you know? So I'm back firmly with my Inglot liners because they're phenomenal. I love them so, so much. They're super good quality. And in this case, I kind of feel like if I spend 1.5 hours doing a super nice makeup look, just for it to get ruined because of the liner, I'd rather pay more and get the stuff that works for me, you know? All right, so that is what it is. Now back to the palette. You have, of course, cardboard packaging. You do have shade names and you do have, wait, I have to move you out a little bit again. So you do have shade names, you do have cardboard packaging, you don't have a mirror. And of course you do have also some glitters. This, for example, is one and this is one. And then I think you also do have some duochrome shades. I'm not 100% sure. But you also, of course, have mattes and shimmers. Okay, so that is what you get in the palette. Now, thing is, the glitters, I'm actually wearing some of the glitters today, or basically two. I tried them both, and I have to say that I do not like them. That formula does not work so well for me. I'm not a fan. You know, I don't know. I don't want to be negative, but I also still want to tell you what I feel. And I feel they are okay, but then again, I don't need something that is just okay. I want it to be good, you know? The whole thing with the mattes and everything, I think everything works well. Also the shimmers, there was no creasing or any problem. What are you doing now? Sweetie, that's the floorboard of the kitchen. Sweetie, come. Let's get you here. Come. Good boy. Good job. Tug war. All right, sweeties, if it looks like I'm not looking at you, it's like sometimes I'm looking at the screen and then it looks for you like I'm looking to the side. I'm trying to look all the time at the camera itself, but sometimes I have to just look if I'm in frame and stuff like that. Okay, so do I think it is a good palette? I think for the price and for the amount of product you're getting, I think it's good. I think they could have skipped on those. I think it's 2 pressed glitters. I think they're absolutely not necessary in the palette. I think the same color, but as a shimmer would have been fine, completely fine, and maybe even better. You know, I thought they were not very spectacular. They were kind of, I don't know, they were easy to pick up and everything fine. It's just that, why? You know, now you know that I am not per se against pressed glitters in a palette. I know a lot of people are. For me, it's not a problem. It's just then, if so, then make them spectacular, you know? So that is basically my thing. Now, beyond that, the mattes were pigmented, everything fine. I think you're also going to see it in the looks that that they were absolutely beautiful. Everything worked fine. I used all of these, in all of these looks, I used, sorry, just grabbed for the palette. In all of these looks, I used the eyeshadow primer from Juvia's Place underneath, and it's an okay primer. I'm not like, if for me personally, it's not the super best primer, but of course that is also a very, very personal thing. So that's of course something that you have to try, but I wanted to just see how the Juvia's Place shadows work on the Juvia's Place primer, you know? Are you playing tug of war? Wow, you're gonna be such a strong boy, are you? Yes, good boy. So yeah, that is basically what I have to say. I'm not going to do swatches here in the video because I feel it's just really, really awkward and hard for me to do. If I get around to it, I'm going to make swatches for Instagram, and then of course you will find them on my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram. I'm also, for the time being at least, or maybe in general, I have not decided yet, I am not going to like list all my makeup anymore in the description box. I don't know if really anyone cares. I mean, you know that I'm wearing this palette, and I think that is the main thing that you need to know. Beyond that, like, really, who cares, right? So in any case, you can of course Google the Juvia's Place website. I think it's like ridiculous, you know, just link everything, you guys can Google, that's okay. All right, sweeties, beyond that, you see, like, everything is a little bit up in the air right now, but I feel, you know, with all of the stuff that has been happening now, I have to say that it is actually the first time in a very, very long time that this morning I woke up and I was so excited to do makeup, you know, and I slept till 5:30. This is the kitchen cabinet. We don't bite the kitchen cabinet. So, and that is amazing because, sweeties, as you know, I've been getting up in the middle of the night for the longest time, and it has been super, super hard for my mental health and also for my health in general, because it's just, you know, no matter how you turn it, it's not a healthy thing to do, right? So I'm really, really glad that my life is becoming a little bit more normal and that I'm letting myself do other things, that it's okay to not be perfect, to not have the perfect background, to not have the perfect light, to not have the perfect camera, to not have the perfect description box. Like, really, right? This is supposed to be fun. It's not, you know what? I thought that this is going to be my work, social media. But then again, you know, if you earn just like a dime and an apple from that per month, then you better treat it as a hobby, because otherwise pay me like it is, not you, I'm just saying in general, YouTube or whatever, then I better have an income from this if you want me to treat it like work, right? So I'm going to treat this like it is. You know, I'm going to be relaxed about it. I'm going to just have fun with it. And that's what we're going to do from now on. And beyond that, we're going to, we're going to have squeaky toys, you know? All right, sweeties. So I hope that we're going to like spend this new journey here. Doesn't mean that I'm never going to film in my studio, because there I have all my whole setup and everything, because I spend a lot of money and, you know, investing into this. So of course I'm going to use it. But if I can't, and if it's not practical, then I'm not going to do it, you know? So, sweeties, I have not even told you that you can, of course, feel free to subscribe if you're new here. I would absolutely love to have you here. If you don't mind these disturbances and the dog bumping against the tripod and all of that, of course, let me know what you feel about these new kinds of videos. I hope you do like it, because seriously, that is what I'm going to do now, you know, at least for the time being, because he is still very, very young. And once Rex gets into the stage that I actually, you know, he's okay with me not being around all the time, and of course I'm not here all the time, because he also has to learn that it is okay that I'm not here all the time. But of course, we are trying to also like not break the dog, you know. We want to establish trust and confidence in each other, and you don't do that by force in that sense, right? So so that is what it is. So that's what we're doing here right now. And I think it is absolutely refreshing to be like this, to sit here on the floor with you guys and to see the mess up here and all of that. I think it's so cool. So let me know what you think. All right, and let me know, of course, if you did get that culture palette from Juvia's place or not, or what your reasons were not to get it, or why you got it. I would absolutely love to know. Beyond that, of course, you will find in my description box all my discount codes that I have with the different brands, all my links to social media, ways to support my channel, and I shall see you here super soon for my next video. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. And Rex is also gonna say goodbye. Bye. Yes, booby.